one of the Ten Commandments is you shall not take God's name in vain. And people throughout history have taken that to mean don't use God's name as a swear word. That you need to be careful about how you use God's name, to the degree that the Jews would not pronounce God's name, that they wouldn't write his name fully. They would just write the consonants. They wouldn't write the vowels, or the vowel points, if you understand how Hebrew works. They don't actually have letters that are vowels. It's more like dots, kind of like punctuation. But and that is true. Using God's name is as a swear word is taking his name in vain. It is blasphemous and it's sacrilegious. A couple of things to keep in mind, though. One, his name is not God. Now, I do have a problem. I think it's, again, sacrilegious and blasphemous for people to go around going GD this and that, or OMG, maybe use that, particularly on the internet, Facebook maybe. But that's not his name. Depending on how familiar you are with Hebrew or whatever, the closest I personally can come to how you pronounce God's name in the Old Testament is Yahweh. As you get into Latin and then into English, it becomes Jehovah. So you definitely don't want to use those as swear words. But is there more to it than that? Is taking God's name in vain just using it as a swear word? I think it means more. See, the children of Israel, they bore God's name, as in they had God's name on them. If you understand even a little bit about Hebrew names, Israel, the last part of that name, there was a name that was given to them by God, and the last part of that name, that El, means God. Like, my name is Daniel, E-L at the end. My name means God is my judge. That El means God. So Israel bore God's name, and they were his people, and they were supposed to be a light to the nations. So the name Israel, if they were representing themselves as God's people, calling themselves Israel, and yet not acting like his people, bringing shame to his name by worshiping other gods, by not following his laws, by abusing people, they were taking the Lord's name in vain. They were taking God's name in vain, I believe. They were the people of Yahweh, and they needed to act like it. So And this concept isn't foreign to us. Now of course, times are changing a little bit, but almost always in the past, when a man and a woman got married, the woman took the man's last name. When I got married, my wife changed her last name to my last name. She bears my name. She's took my name. If she takes my name, but then doesn't act like she's married to me, she runs around and is a slut and a whore with every guy in town, she doesn't act like she's my wife, is she taking my name in vain? So what about us as followers of Jesus? What about people that call ourselves Christians? Is taking Jesus' name in vain less about using his name as a swear word, which you absolutely should not do? Again, it's sacrilegious, it's blasphemous. The name Jesus Christ is not a swear word. But are you taking his name in vain if you say you're a Christian, but you don't act like it? If you never tell anybody about Jesus, if you don't take your faith seriously, if you're not studying the Bible, if you're not pushing towards spiritual maturity, if you're not being transformed, if you're not becoming a new creation, if you're not being filled with the Holy Spirit, if your life is not changing, if you're not stopping some of the sinful habits that you had before, are you really his follower? Or are you taking his name in vain? Are you breaking one of the 10 Commandments? Is taking the name of the Lord in vain more than just something where you use it wrong in your speech? Is it your life? Can you take the Lord's name in vain with your life? Something to think about.